Hey! You are listening to the Grumpy Guy BJJ Podcast.
Welcome to the Grumpy Guy BJJ Podcast with James Wilson and Rob Eickhoff.
Semi-seconds in automatic minutes, finishing diminish the position that was given risen.
Boom. Okay, we're back. What number are we on?
39.
39.
Episode 39, dude. We're creeping
This
on
is
that
momentous one.
Why is it 39 so momentous?
Well, one, it syncs up with your age, so there's some synchronicity here.
Okay.
And also because it's like our last one before we hit 40. So, there's always some time to, to make another decade, man. Make another 10.
Another 10. I was just thinking about, man, we're fucking closing in on that year.
We are.
Fast,
That's
super
52.
Fast. Yep.
Yeah, I know. So, it'll happen soon enough.
3 months away, roughly.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, in September, so you remember the BJJ camp thing that Kiale had sent us?
Yeah, like the Lovato, Tim Kennedy.
Yeah, what was it? The Origin? Or not
B-
Origin.
BJJ immersion camp or some shit.
They're out of Bend. They're near Bend, Oregon. So they got another one coming up in September that I think we should think about going to.
Up in Oregon?
Yeah.
When in September, do you know?
I like middle of September.
I'm going on a backpacking trip with Nate, like the 15th-ish, somewhere in there.
Of course it'll be the same.
It's probably
day.
the same fucking weekend.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sure.
We never. It's hilarious, man. Like you never do anything,
Yeah.
and then you plan something, and then all of a sudden there's like 2 or 3 other things that come up when you. Yeah. So, but if not, we should think about going. I forget. I gotta get the info from Kiele, but the lineup's pretty sweet, man. I know like Andre Gaval's gonna be there, and dude, who else, man? It was a freaking list of Calterra is gonna be there. How do you say his name? I've heard it said a bunch of fucking ways. How do you say his first name?
Yeah, I would say like Cal.
Yeah. And he's a pretty motherfucker.
He is. I know you look at him, dude. You would not expect him to be a savage.
No, not really, man.
But he's tapping motherfuckers out. Like,
yeah,
his jiu-jitsu's solid. But you definitely, he definitely falls right into that stereotypical. Oh man, we're getting some rain, huh?
Yeah, you hear that? Some thunder.
There was some thunder. That's
yeah.
sweet. But anyways, yeah, like there's so many jiu-jitsu guys out there that just if you saw him on the street. You would think, you wouldn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this guy's like, you would be not concerned at all.
Right.
But then if they got a hold of you, they're gonna strangle the life out of you.
Yeah.
He definitely fits that.
He does for sure. But anyways, the lineup was really good. But that'll be around the year mark. So because we went out to
that's what kind of what started this whole podcast was the Maxwell seminar.
Yeah. So I think it'd be
I think
it'd behoove us.
I think yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let's check the dates. But if that doesn't work, we should kind of shop around and try to make that like a yearly thing, like a once a year thing, like some sort of seminar.
Yeah. And then we can start doing one every 6 months or something. So, dude, it's fun. I like traveling. That's the cool thing with jiu-jitsu is like
a little road trip.
You have access to. I mean, we've talked about this before. It's crazy how inexpensive it is, relatively speaking, to gain access to the best guys in the world, and to be able to like have them show you stuff and be able to roll with them, or have opportunities a lot of times and there's not a lot of sports like you're not if you want to train with Usain Bolt as a sprinter, that's like
probably not happening.
Rather. And if it is, it's like not cheap or it's so yeah. But the fact that we can get access to several multi-time world champions for a few $100 really. I don't know what the cost is, but I'm pretty sure it's like south of 500, which is crazy for several days of jiu-jitsu training. But yeah, I mean, I love doing stuff like that, taking advantage of that.
Jiu-jitsu's growing, but it is still a very small knit community. It really is. Like, there's still so many people that have no idea what the fuck it is we do.
Yeah,
it's just like kung fu, karate. They just lump it all into one big deal.
Yeah,
they really have no clue. A lot of nowadays though, I've ran into more people thinking that it's the UFC. Oh, you do? They don't even say like mixed martial arts or
right. UFC and mixed martial arts are synonymous.
Yeah, synonymous. You do UFC. They'll see me and my fucked up ears and my little bit of a shiner. Oh, you do UFC. Like, well, not quite. But then I gauge them. Like, do I feel like explaining this?
Yeah.
No, and then, sometimes I'll be like, no, I do jiu-jitsu. Like, oh, that's UFC. Like, well, okay, fine.
That's the context. Well, the problem is for most people, that's the only way they can contextualize it.
Yeah.
And so, it is like, all right, but I know what you mean. It can be frustrating.
It is frustrating, but it is still a small knit community, and I think that's why you have access to the best guys in the world.
Yeah.
And most of them are cool as shit. Like I've got to train or take privates from, some really high level dudes, and yeah, they're fucking down to earth, man. Like you don't get to that level most of the time if you're a complete, egotistical dick. Like it just it gets beaten out of you. Yeah. You don't get to that level, taking your ass whooping. Usually. Yeah. I mean, there's exceptions to the rule.
There are exceptions.
There's always exceptions to the rule.
Dude, I was watching MacGyver. We've been getting into MacGyver lately. That's like Z's favorite show now, dude.
That's
like,
awesome.
MacGyvering things. And he created a MacGyver trap the other day. Got a little plastic rake and he buried it so that the points were sticking out. And he called it a MacGyver trap. But anyways, I'm watching MacGyver and he knows a little kung fu because he doesn't use a gun, right? Yeah, I don't know. And so if he gets in an altercation, he's got to punch and kick his way out. And so there was some punching and kicking going on. And I'm looking at it and I was like, oh my God, this is so like pre, 19, when was the first UFC? It's like, this is
93.
Yeah, 93. Like I said, this is BJJ before jiu-jitsu. You're like watching this and you're like, dude, this is ridiculous. Like this is not how things would go down. But I remember watching as a kid and you think like, that's how shit would go down, man. Like, I'm going to be MacGyver and I'm going to fucking hi-ya, ta-cha. That's how it works. And so, anyways.
There's still a lot of people that think that, man.
I know,
man. Their knowledge, I guess, for lack of a better word, of martial arts is strictly Hollywood.
Well, they want it to be that so bad, too, man.
Yeah, we all do.
Who doesn't want it?
Who doesn't want
that? Dude, we were watching Bruce Lee, Fists of Fury.
Fuck yeah,
oh, dude. Like, just walking into the fucking school.
When he fights the whole school?
The whole school and just kicks the shit out of all of them, makes two of the dudes eat the fucking poster or whatever. Yep. And dude, he's got like, 30 plus dudes circling him and they let him take his shirt off so he can flex. And And dude, Z is just like eating it up. And he's running around and trying,
That is so awesome, man. I love those movies.
But you want it to be like that so bad, man, that you can just walk in and just, take a few blows. Just enough to make a little blood come down so you can dramatically wipe it away and just beat the shit out of everyone else. But yeah, that's not how it works.
You know what's so funny is that Z's getting a kick out of that. Like, dude, I loved that shit. When I right about his age, man, is when my dad would, let me watch Chuck Norris movies and Bruce Lee movies and shit. And so I was getting all fucking amped up, running around karate chopping my sister and shit. And he's like, all right. That's when I got put into martial arts the first time. He's like, all right, this fucking kid's getting out of control. And I got put into karate. Like, okay, we need to teach him some discipline and when to use this and when not to use it. Oh, yeah. So that was my first introduction into martial arts was watching Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee fuck people up.
Man.
And then got put into karate class at 5 years old.
And you know what's weird is to think, like, there was a world before Bruce Lee. Like, Bruce Lee's the guy who made everyone want to fucking do kung fu. Like, because, you remember for that time, like, martial arts, like, no one even knew what it was. You know what it literally, that was what Bruce Lee's deal was trying to bring it out to the masses a little bit more, not keep it like this secretive thing within, just like the specific, usually Asian communities. But, so, I mean, God, imagine a time before that. And it's like, what is your concept of fucking fighting? Like boxing? Like you're just gonna, you know what I mean? Like, so for most Americans, at one point in time, boxing was their main exposure, if not only exposure to any form of a martial art and fighting. And so like, So there was a time when people thought like, man, you're just going to stand there and fucking duke it out. You know? And what a weird... It's like, no, that's not at all how shit works.
Well, and that's where, like, the societal, like, self-imposed rules of street fights kind of got imposed because, like, if you jumped on a guy when he was on the ground, you were a dirty fighter. You know, you got into a street fight.
Yeah.
Like, you were meant to fucking throw hands.
Yeah.
And then if someone got knocked down, like, okay, let the fucker get back up, or we're fucking really fighting.
Yeah.
You know? But that's kind of how it was.
Yeah, man, it's funny, and
it is to think about.
And we've talked about too, like boxing is probably one of the least transferable, like martial arts skills. I mean, because you don't have padding on your hands. Like if you fought on the streets, like you fought in a boxing ring, you destroy your hands. Like you can't do that. And so there's a totally different way of having to use your hands when they're not wrapped up and like basically turned into fucking clubs, unnatural clubs. It was funny. Then you look at a lot of the martial arts, like that, you realize like, oh, that's why they karate chop. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you or the fucking inside, hitting with the inside hand,
the ridge hand,
man. Like, whack, hit someone on the fucking temple, drop them. At least that's what I was told when I was taking that shit, right? But everyone laughs and like at that, but then you realize like, oh,
there was a reason behind all that.
That's probably more applicable than what, like even like a modern MMA fighter, right? Like those.
I don't know, man. Like
if you took those gloves off, they couldn't fight the same way.
I agree and I disagree. I totally understand what you're saying because when your hands are wrapped, like you can fucking tee off on something, dude.
Right.
Like if you wrap your hand really well, like you can tee off on a heavy bag.
Yeah.
I mean, you fucking without any concern for hurting your wrist or those little fragile bones on the top of your hand, your knuckles. Yeah, but like, dude. I don't know, like okay, yeah, you can't if you were to try to, fight. You could get through one fight with boxing skills. Yeah, your hands are gonna be fucked up, but if you're a good boxer, you're gonna finish. You're gonna fuck that dude up.
Well,
you might, your hands might get hurt.
Yeah,
but you're gonna walk away. That dude's gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Well, yeah,
and so who? I guess in that aspect, who cares if you hurt your hand?
Well,
you get into that situation. Who cares if you hurt your hand?
But as a true, I would say a true martial art would be something that you could apply. Like that's no different than like, well, I'm just gonna train myself to kick someone in the fucking nuts. Like I don't know. Like you're gonna you can get away with it once or twice, but you're not gonna be able to get away with it on multiple occasions. It's not a skill that's like repeatable. Over a long period of time. So
I guess it all depends on what metric you're using to say what a quote-unquote true martial art is. Is it more applicable or is it more repeatable? From like a physical longevity standpoint. Because I would argue that boxing is more applicable because you spar all the time in boxing. And so you know what it's like to have hands coming at you at full speed.
I'm not saying there's no application.
Right.
I'm talking a spectrum, right? So if we're talking about a spectrum, but I would say that on the spectrum, that boxing is less transferable, like the hand skills that you learn to a street fight situation, than, I mean, just the skill in general, because you're not using legs, you're not defending takedowns. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you just look at boxing, and again, I'm just going back to like, if boxing is your only exposure to what fighting is, it's not realistic. And it's probably one of the least transferable skills by itself to a street fight situation. Man, I would argue that, if all you know how to do is box, and man, you don't catch some dude in the first like punch or two, and put him down, and you get some panicky motherfucker who just starts swinging his arms and comes in and grabs you. You know what I mean? Like, well, now you guys are in the same boat. Like, so I'm not saying it doesn't have any. I'm just saying that the irony was at one point in time in this country, for most people, like boxing was their idea of what fighting was. And so, like, you know, before Bruce Lee, but, you know, the Asian martial arts knew that wasn't the fucking case, right? The dudes down in Brazil, they knew that that wasn't the fucking case. It was all, you know, the rest of the world knew that that was not the case. But for some weird reason, North America created this pocket for itself where boxing and created a lot of people's image. I mean, you still see it today in, like, fucking Hollywood movies. You know, like, why would we think that that's what you would do in a street fight when it's absolutely not what you would do in a street fight?
I would say it's because it's more entertaining. Unless you are...
Well, society dictates what's
right,
entertaining.
Right. And so if you go back to the, you know, like the beginning of boxing, you know, wrestling was still popular back then. You know, real wrestling, like catch wrestling or whatever the case may be. In boxing, they were probably equal popularity at some point in time. But wrestling fell out of favor and boxing became more entertaining for the masses because it's easier to understand.
Yeah.
And unless you're a skilled grappler, wrestling's not fun to watch.
So that's the thing. So, like,
and so it transitions.
Boxing was created as a form of entertainment, not necessarily a true martial art.
I agree.
You know, because again, there was the Earl of Canterbury rules or whatever that, like, codified boxing, and that was like the mid 1800s. Again, I'm just like, you know, without a young Jamie on our side, we make a lot of fucking guesses here. But it's somewhere in that range within about, I'd say, 50 years. And, you know, before that, boxing was just, I almost think it was like a form of dueling with your fists, right? And dueling, again, is this totally, that is not how you would fight with a gun in a street fight situation, you know? So it was almost like born of this Victorian sense of things in dueling. Like, okay, here are these rules, like, it formed boxing, and like I said, it became our sense of what fighting is, and you still see that, you know what I mean? Like, kind of circling back to how this all started. Like, that's why you just run into people who don't know what the fuck jiu-jitsu is. Like, they don't really understand, like, what, you know, real martial art is, and yeah, it's all just the same thing. But
then you get into that funny...
Even the UFC likes the boxing matches, you know what I mean? Like, who are the people who get rewarded? They turn it into a fucking boxing match with some legs being thrown. Yeah. A slugfest, yeah. So...
Because it's not entertaining.
Yeah, to the masses.
To the masses.
You and I find a good fucking technical battle can be entertaining. Right. It can be boring as shit too. You're definitely rolling the dice. Like, if you're like, all right, if I got to bet $1 million on what fight's gonna be more exciting, you know, two dudes just slug it out, or, you know, two dudes get into a technical battle. You know, more often than not, the dude slugging it out is gonna be the more exciting fight. But did you see some exciting shit with you know, somebody pulls off a fucking move and you're like, oh fuck, how do you do that? Or,
well, I think a lot of it too is a lot of people, whether you have fighting experience or not, especially guys, at one point in time, you got fucking hit in the head doing something.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of, you know, associate with it.
Yeah.
You can, okay, I understand that this guy's getting hit with a foot or a hand, an elbow when it hurts. I know what it likes to get I know what it's like to get my bell rung, so I can kind of relate to it. To where if you haven't had any grappling experience, to have someone just fucking smush you and to understand the consequence of that, you know, just being helpless when you got a fucking gorilla on top of you, squeezing the fucking life out of you.
Yeah.
Like, you can't relate to it because you see it and you just you don't understand. You're like, well, why is he tapping?
Yeah.
Or why can't he get out of there? Why doesn't he just get up?
Right.
Like no. It doesn't work like that. But most people just don't have that experience. They can't relate to it. It just seems so... It doesn't seem real to them. Like, just...
Goes back to what we've talked about. Everybody should wrestle and do gymnastics. That should be part of our physical education curriculum for everyone.
100%.
Girls should be wrestling. Boys should be doing gymnastics. Like, everybody comes out better for it. But, it would definitely it'd be better. But, yeah, that's... but it is what it is, man. People, there's that entertainment thing that's going to drive it, but that's why jiu-jitsu will never be for everyone. At the end of the day.
Bottom line, like, I don't know if it's good or bad, but I like the fact that it's not for everyone.
Me too. Me too.
And I guess I don't know why. Like I just had that thought. I'm not 100% sure why.
My ego.
Maybe
stroking
it's just my
me.
ego.
That's all right. Feels good.
It feels good. That's probably it. That's probably exactly it. Oh man.
No, there is a little something to that though. Like because I don't know. I know what you mean, man. It's because I've talked about it before. I felt like that was one of the things that really made me feel disenchanted with mountain biking, which I used to love with all my heart and soul. Was I felt like they really kind of lost their efforts to try to make it for a sport that's not for everyone, kind of just fucked it up a little bit. And that's what I love about jiu-jitsu is like on some level, and man, again, I hope in 10 years it may be different, but I feel like people just kind of know, like, it is what it is. It's jiu-jitsu, and it is for everyone to try, but you also understand that at the end of the road, I guess it's because, dude, the dudes who've done it for a long time are easy to spot. They got a fucking black belt around their waist, and you notice, like, there's not a lot of them, relatively speaking. There's a shit ton of these ones with white belts, relatively few with the black belts. And so I think maybe it's just that it's so in your face that most people are not going to make this fucking journey. That jiu-jitsu is like just accepts it, so it worries about just itself and not. I don't know if that makes sense. It's
makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know, but I like it, man. I like it. It is like a secret club.
It is.
Like
one secret club is not secret. Yeah, I mean, just because it's difficult. I mean, and it's, dude, most of the time, like, it is a very rewarding journey, but there is big chunks of your jiu-jitsu journey that are very fucking unrewarding.
Yeah.
That are just kind of grinding. You have to trust in the process.
Yeah.
You just have to realize, okay, I'm in a little funk, or this isn't working, or I'm tired or sore, or blah, 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 whatever. Like, I lost some good training partners, or I got to move because of a job, or whatever. Like, there's a lot of parts of that journey that aren't rewarding.
Yeah.
But you got to just trust in the process, and then the jiu-jitsu gods are watching.
I think that's part of it too, man. Like, you see someone, like, I'd say, like, again, I'm a purple belt, so it sounds like I'm making that purple belt the mark for me, but it's like, I'd say you see someone with a purple belt, a brown belt, a black belt, like, man, they earned that thing, and that they've made it through those periods of like you're saying, like those unrewarding times and grind it on. So like I said, it is almost kind of like a secret club that's not secret. It's out there in the open, but
and anybody can try it.
Anybody can go for it. Yeah,
the barrier for entry is very low.
Yeah, it is. But the entry price to it is 5 years of your life, a lot of fucking sleepless nights, a lot of just wondering. Yeah, like you said, periods where it's not rewarding. You feel like you're going backwards. But man, you make it to the other side, and you got respect for people that make it there. So again, it is like I wish it was. I think the world would be a better place, but I think that's the fact that you're not going to achieve it, that most people aren't going to achieve it, is what gives it value. That's the ironic thing, right? Like, you wish that everybody could achieve it, but if everybody could achieve it, it wouldn't have the value that makes it what it is that you wish that everybody could have. So, you gotta...
It's that catch-22.
It's that catch-22. Yeah, man. It's like, I wish more people got into jiu-jitsu and made the whole thing, but if something would change fundamentally if that was the case. And so, it wouldn't be what it is for some reason, but... Anyways, I think there's a lot of different ways for people to learn the lessons that jiu-jitsu teaches us. So I think that maybe jiu-jitsu is not the vehicle for everyone, but everyone should be looking for that vehicle. Like, what is your vehicle to self-improvement? What are you going to use that's going to drive you to make yourself better so that you can improve in this thing? But that's the thing a lot of people just don't have in their lives.
I like that. That says it really nice. Everybody needs that vehicle. And jiu-jitsu is not going to be everybody's vehicle.
No.
But everybody needs it. The vehicle for self-improvement. Because jiu-jitsu is not just, it's way more about just physical self-improvement. There's a lot of shit going on there in jiu-jitsu. And yeah, man, everybody needs that. That strife and that struggle and the challenges and the discomfort. Yeah, man. Everybody needs a vehicle, man.
Yeah, you need that reason to do your mobility and strength training and eat right. And it's, yeah, I mean, for us, it's jiu-jitsu, man. Like, you know, I realize what I put in my body outside of jiu-jitsu affects it. What I do affects it. So, you know, it motivates me to have something like that. Because I know, and then plus two, I know the healthier I am, the better my jiu-jitsu is going to be. So it's this like reciprocating thing that if you don't have that catalyst, and that's what I would see so often in the fitness world is like, they tell you to work out, and they tell you to work out to like get in shape, you know, air quotes there, or, you know, lose fat. And it's not that those aren't, or that those are bad goals. They're very ambiguous. They're very, you know, they're not something that you can just work on forever. Like we talk about all the time, like jiu-jitsu is something that we hope we're going to be doing until the day that we die. I know people who mountain bike still, like that's their, man, I want to fucking ride till I'm 80 years old. Like people, and so that becomes your catalyst and your motivation for staying fit, for eating right. And we don't teach people to go for that a lot of times in the fitness world. Like they're just taught to like, you know, do your P90X to work out and get fitter. You know, I think that that's one of the reasons like CrossFit kind of had to eventually admit like, yeah, we're a sport, because without that aspect, well, what the fuck am I doing CrossFit for? Eventually, you know, after a couple of years, you're not losing any more fat or you're not getting fitter. So what's my motivation? And, you know, that's, you know, for me, it took me a long time to figure out like, oh yeah, that's where people are fucking up. Like if you don't have a reason to work out, you're just working out for the sake of working out, it's not sustainable. It's not going to last. You have to have a reason to be working out. And that's that, you know, that's that catalyst that we're talking about that drives you, whether it's yoga or fucking jiu-jitsu or rock climbing or, you know, cycling or whatever the fuck it is. But if you don't have it, man, I don't know, like, you know, for so many people, it's just work. Well, what's your motivation to be physically fit for work? You know? Like, I mean, unless you got a really physical job or whatever, but even then, it's like, it's not intrinsic coming from you. It's not something that you're motivated for. But anyways.
Yeah, like you said, it's not. I think there's a lot of people that fall into that mindset of, why am I working out?
Yeah.
You know, like it hurts, it's uncomfortable. Why am I depriving myself? You know, why can't I eat this? Why can't I do this? Like they got all these whys, and it's just to be healthy. Where they don't really understand. Like that's so vague.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not, you can't put like a number on it. You can't like measure it, so to speak. I mean, you can, you know, but you know what I mean. Like it's too vague, and it's hard to like really see the benefits. So yeah, so people just fucking fall off, man. They don't stick to it. They're not disciplined. They don't have that vehicle.
Yeah, if you don't have that catalyst that motivates you, then not going to do it long term. So.
No, you're not going to do it long term. You're going to go through these little fucking ups and downs, these bursts.
Fucking, yeah, man. So.
Digging into the notes.
I am, man. I got a few notes here.
I got a couple.
Do you?
Yeah, have at it.
I got a quick bro science one for you.
Yeah, I love the bro science.
So you remember Trepanation from the Sam Manila video on I forget which one, but he talked about how many old skulls have been found with holes in them.
Oh yeah. Because they had to like let the spirits out.
Right. That was his. So apparently that's not the only theory that behind that. That it was to increase blood flow to the brain, and so to help like cognitive skills
by drilling a hole into the skull.
By drilling a hole in the skull, like in some ways they were trying to like reset the brain plates, you know, because they basically, when you're a kid, your brain plates are skull.
Your brain
plates.
I was just running with it. I'm like,
yes,
sure, fuck
it made sense, man.
Yeah, whatever.
The skull, you know, over your brain that are plates, so they're kind of your brain plates.
Kind of your brain plates.
I can fucking argue the definition. they move, right? And so they're able to grow, and as you become an adult, they harden. And so I don't know. That was, I guess I was reading, actually it came out of the fucking Michael Pollan book, the Change Your Mind book. Somehow trepanation got brought into the whole psychedelic.
And trepanation, that word itself is the drilling into the brain.
Yes, drilling into the brain. So yeah, apparently it wasn't just that was one theory, the letting the evil spirits out, and I'm sure there was that fair share of that, but apparently there was also a desire to increase cognitive skill or function or whatever through this drilling of holes in the head. And so, but here's the best part, dude. If you don't happen to read the book, this isn't a giant spoiler, but there's one character in the book, and I say character just because she's a real person, but person that Michael talks about. She drilled a fucking hole in her forehead with a drill to test this theory. Like, she started coming across like anyways, like increased blood flow to the brain, and she, somehow came across the idea that trepanation was for that, and she couldn't find anyone to do it, and so she fucking took a hand drill and fucking drilled a hole in her forehead, and apparently was pleased enough with the results to try to run for government based on having trepanation added to the healthcare system. So, this is the UK, by the way. So we'll just leave it at that. She's some aristocrat chick, some like old school.
That is hardcore, dude.
Yes, yeah, but
drill a hole and so this is
gangsters. That dude, you know what I mean? Like, how do you know how far to go?
But let's examine that a little bit, because this took place a long ass time ago.
Yeah, the trepanation was. Yeah,
so
this chick wasn't too long ago.
Oh, so she had a DeWalt. She had a power drill?
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, this is someone who, this is a lady who's actually helping to fund some of the research going on over in the UK.
I mean, so she's alive, like, and well today.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
He talked to her. He interviewed her.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I fucking kid you not, man.
So, okay, see, it's where I was going. Like, you were talking about this, so I'm immediately going back to way back in time.
No.
Into where they didn't have power drills.
No.
So she had like an old school bracing bit. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
No. She had this is...
And wait, for those of you out there who don't know what a bracing bit is, just Google that shit.
Yeah.
That's your lesson for the day. But anyways.
No.
She had a fucking DeWalt.
Yeah, dude. She's alive and kicking. She likes to fucking drop LSD on a daily basis.
You would have to be on a significant amount of fucking drugs to drill a hole in your own head.
She had a fucking...
That is gangsters. Fuck, dude. We needed to teach that bitch some arm bars. You know how determined she would be?
Yeah. Dude,
you ain't fucking tapping her.
She's funny,
You ain't
man.
fucking tapping her.
That was funny. She had a quote in the book because Michael asked her something about like what her, how her role or whatever, or, her input or whatever on the whole research into psychedelics was. And she's like, well, I'm a drug addict. I live in this giant house and I have a hole in my forehead. It kind of disqualifies me from the discussion.
I think it disqualifies her from a lot of things in life. Jesus Christ.
But anyways, she's one of the people, she got the research going that started looking at, which I guess actually is kind of a good segue because we talked a little bit about this last night with the psychedelics thing. The research that was looking at the brain activity, because her theory was that psychedelics increased blood flow to the brain. Her whole, she'd become convinced that increasing blood flow to the brain was this, panacea of cognitive skill and function and stuff like that. So that's what got her to drill a hole in her forehead, along with taking psychedelics. But she wanted to prove, see how psychedelics really work. So she ended up helping recruit and fund the guy who's running the research, who was using the fMRI brain scanning while people are fucking getting injected with psilocybin. And so that's the research that was finding that there's actually a decrease in brain activity, not an increase. So it's not it's actually a constriction of blood flow to certain areas. So her theory was wrong, but she's the one who's like helped, like, so she's fucking totally serious about this stuff, and like, you know, as kooky as she is, she has a part of her who's like pretty fucking serious about it.
And so she's not in a fucking mental institution. She's not an inmate of some fucking...
She's part of the British aristocracy. Yeah.
Aristocracy?
Whatever the fuck it is. That weird ass thing where you got these people who are just like, we got all this money and all this stuff. For what reason again? Because our ancestors at one time like held tyranny over more people than everyone else. And so, anyways.
Dude, that's crazy.
I guess you could argue that about our capitalist system over here too.
Yeah.
So, but I like to argue about theirs because, again, it makes my ego feel better to make fun of someone else's bullshit.
It always does. It's always easy to point out someone else's bullshit.
Fuck yeah, man.
Fuck yeah.
So, but anyway,
Dude, that's crazy.
That is crazy how it all, but, so anyways, but that was when the portion of the brain that they're finding is getting shut down is this thing that kind of connects everything and basically like regulates your thoughts and stuff, and is kind of the home of the ego. And so that was the images of the brain scans from people tripping on psilocybin was when that was published, one of the guys who was into the meditation studies looked at it and said, hey, that looks like the brain scans of people who are, trained meditators who are deep in a meditative state. They're basically the same, look the same. And so, started to make that connection between that. But it was funny, the more I read this book, and this is where, we were talking about last night, the more I kind of start to lean into the camp that, man, I don't know, I think that psychedelics can easily become this pill and this crutch that people are relying on rather than doing the hard work that people used to use. So like you can achieve these states through meditation, through fasting, through fucking intense physical activity like jujitsu and things. So there's other ways to achieve these these states of mind that allow for these insights and ways of viewing the world that don't necessarily entail a pill. And even back in the day, like, they weren't necessarily available for everyone. There were like, rites of, there were rites of passage, and you had to earn the right to go through the ritual or whatever. So yeah, it's interesting, man. I'm kind of torn now. The more I read it, like last podcast, I was all for fucking, LSD for all. And now I'm thinking like, man, I think people need to be working hard on these other things. I think especially meditation, man. I think meditation is just so, it's just so undervalued and like what it can do for people. And I know myself, like, I'm not going to brag and call myself a great meditator by any stretch of the imagination, but every once in a while, I've definitely achieved some states of mind that I don't know what you would describe them as, but I've had some really interesting insights and some interesting visuals and things that have really been kind of profound in like how I see things and see the world. And so it is, I don't know, I think it's something that everybody, people need to be working towards that. But our society doesn't teach people how to do that, and so we're all mentally fucked. And like I said, I'm starting to fear that it's gonna be another drug that it's just a pill solution that the drug companies are figuring out how to market and make money off of. Once they
figure out how to fucking market and make money off of.
Don't make any fucking don't. These trials are being done because someone's looking to make money.
Yep.
Off of this.
So
and that's where I'm like, man, I don't know. Like who the fuck's to say that like science is gonna be the ones to like, oh yeah, we're the ones to do this, because that's kind of the road that they're going, like oh yeah, we're like it cracks me up like when they have the fish oil, prescription fish oil pills. Have you seen those?
No.
Oh yeah.
Prescription
fish oil, man. Yeah. Because taking regular fish oil is apparently unsafe.
Or eating fish.
Or eating fish, yeah. No, it's so you can get prescription fish oil pills, but that's the epitome of the drug industry trying to take something that really they shouldn't be necessarily controlling and trying to exert control over. So, dude, I can see the commercials now. You know what I mean? Syllabin.
Syllabin.
Side effects may include realizing that your life is a waste, quitting your job,
homelessness, hanging out in the park all day.
All day. Oh man.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, I think maybe did I say it on the last podcast?
You were.
I think it is, man. Like societies as a whole. We're fucking weak bitches, and we always want the answer, and we want the easy way out, man.
Yeah.
We don't want to put in the hard work. You don't want to fucking get into the habit of meditation because it's too woo-woo. You don't want to find an extremely difficult activity that challenges you and pushes you. You don't want to have uncomfortable conversations with your friends or family members or whatever, like exploring why you think about something and learning about yourself, because all that shit fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like, there's a part of it that sucks. Like, I mean, for example, like today, dude, like I'm feeling a little beat up today. Like I trained hard. Like I made it in on Tuesday, Thursday. Like I wasn't expecting to train Thursday night, and I did a fucking killer workout at home Thursday morning. And I got out of working time. I went and trained, and then I trained last night. Like I'm feeling banged up, but fuck, I'm gonna train hard again today. It's not easy, man. It's not a lot of shit that you got to do to make yourself better. It's not fucking easy.
No.
And the answer, dude, 9 out of 10 times, if you're trying to make yourself better or learn about yourself, the answer is not fucking putting something in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's not. There's work to be done internally.
Yeah. Or you don't have the scaffolding to support what you're going to learn. Like, that's kind of the other thing that I'm taking out of it is, like, there's no denying that eating some mushrooms can potentially give you some insights and make you view the world differently and whatever, but if you don't have the scaffolding to support those insights, then I don't know. Where's the long-term progress come from? So I don't know. I think that it's an interesting pathway that they're going down with these things, but yeah, I think that if people don't have something else, they don't have that meditation practice, they don't have that other thing. But then again, maybe doing the frickin' guided journey will help them figure out what that is and do that. So I don't know. I think that our ancestors had a different take on it as far as like, how you achieve these things, which is why things like meditation and fasting and stuff like that were part of what you did. So, but that's not what we want to do.
And and just on that note, like if somebody thinks we're getting all fucking hippie and woo-woo, like I think you and I are both kind of like closeted hippies. Like, we definitely have some hippie fucking genes running through us. But like a real simple experiment you can do to get to for me anyways, and I think it would help a lot of people, is doing like a little fast. Dude, you don't even have to go a full 24 hours, man. Like just try to make yourself go like fucking 20 hours without eating. Like just a little mental challenge and discipline of getting through a couple of those periods of the day where you're hungry, that's rewarding. But man, you get very mentally clear. Like a clarity you get when you're fasting, for me, is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And generally, like I stick pretty well to like an 8 to 6 hour eating window, and I'm even thinking about compressing that some more. But anyways, like dude, I feel like the last few hours before I lead up to eating for the first time, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, like dude, I'm fucking sharp. Sharp for me, but you know what I mean. Like I feel good. Yeah, dude, like it's a pretty impressive feeling, and there ain't no fucking drugs going on there. I'm just not eating anything.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And so,
But you're altering your consciousness. You know what I mean? Like, that's the weird thing, because it's like, because that's all, like, one of the arguments is, like, well, you're just taking these drugs and they're just chemically acting with your brain. But you fasting changes the chemical environment for your brain. So you're, like, literally changing your consciousness. And we don't think about it that way, though, right? It's like altering your consciousness is this big thing, like taking a fucking psychedelic or something like that. And it's like, no, man, it can be like meditating. I guarantee you, after you fucking meditate for 15, 20 minutes, when you're done, the world looks different. You have an altered state of consciousness compared to where you were. And yeah, it's powerful stuff, but people discount it because it's woo-woo, and yeah, it's just not part of our society. And, but... Yeah.
Fuck society.
Fuck society, man.
I'll talk about one I know. It's good.
Yes.
I found this pretty funny. I'm reading a book about Eugene Sandow right now.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, written by, it's like David Weller or something. It's basically like a biography of, kind of a biography of Eugene Sandow. The dude was a little bit of a nut job.
He was.
And I haven't got too far into the book, but one thing that cracked me up. So, first of all, for people who don't know who Eugene Sandow is, old Victorian strongman. He died in like 1925. Lived a long ass time ago. He's actually the guy. He arguably like the forefather of modern day bodybuilding, if you want to. He's the one that the Mr. Olympia statue is based on.
Yes.
If you just Google Mr. Olympia statue, that's Eugene Sandow.
Yep.
So, anyways, he did wrestle a little bit. I remember you brought up, like, he had some wrestling matches.
Okay.
He out-wrestled some Italian guys, some Italian wrestling champions. I'm not too far into it. But anyways, what I'm getting at is, so I guess, like, when he was, like, a teenager, before he got into being real physical, he was on a trip to Rome with his dad or stepdad, and he was looking at all these statues of other, the warriors and the wrestlers and the gods, and they're all fun. We've all seen the statues. They're all ripped and shredded. We've talked about it before.
Yeah.
And he asked his dad, like, hey, why are all these guys, look so muscular and, fucking awesome? He looks around, everybody in society nowadays are soft and weak. And his dad's like, well, nowadays everybody's fucking pussies. It wasn't his exact words,
right.
He's like, nowadays everybody's fucking riding horses, on horses and horse and buggies, and these guys back then never, didn't seek comfort. They were always out there challenging themselves. And so it's what cracked me up is we talk about that now in the year 2018, how society's fucking weak.
Oh yeah.
And everybody back, in the olden days was hard, and they would, not seek comfort. But this was in like the early 1900s. They were having the same conversation. Like, everybody nowadays, they're riding fucking horse and buggies, these fucking pussies. They're not out there challenging themselves. So the exact same mindset, was what like propelled Eugene Sandow into like, oh man, like we are fucking weak as a society.
Yeah, it was the Industrial Revolution, basically. Like, that's what changed it on a massive scale for a lot of people. And that was the first fitness crisis. Like, there's a lot of old time strongmen. When you look into it, like, there was a fitness revolution, fad, whatever you want to call it, in this country in the early 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s, and a lot of it was a result of just exactly what you're talking about. Like, people already recognizing the health effects of a sedentary society and what was starting to happen way back then.
And that's 120 fucking years ago or whatever.
And we're literally saying that having the same conversations today about it. Yeah, that was that's I've actually had different versions of that story I've read in a lot of different accounts of people back then that were strongmen or in the fitness field. Because there was another guy. His name was like Guy BJJ or something, or maybe I'm just remembering a fucking hockey player's name.
That sounds sort of familiar, though.
Yeah, but he was a guy who had the natural method, and the natural method was the same thing. He was, I think, in the Canary Islands or whatever, and he was on a ship, and a volcano went off, and he actually started like heading in towards the city there to try and help people, and he said that he was appalled at how many people just died because they couldn't get away. They just had to just sit there. And again, like, this is fucking like, late 1800s, early 1900s. He's talking about people being too fat and too out of shape to get away from a volcano blast. And again, it's not like, the slowest thing in the world, but a lot of people were getting away. Apparently that was pretty pathetic that people couldn't climb or run or do what they needed to do. And so he got inspired to create this whole training method based on, restoring skill. So he's the guy. I read about that in Natural Born Heroes. And so I went and bought his book, and I was reading his stuff, and really interesting stuff, but he had all of these standards set out. So like, he said, like, man, you should be able to throw with accuracy with both arms up to, I forget what it was, man. It was like, 50 yards or something like that. I mean, it wasn't a short distance, but it's like, most people can't even throw with their other arm, much less throw with accuracy. And so, but yeah, that's what really inspired me. Like, oh yeah, we are really fucking up. Like, we think we've got this fitness thing figured out, but this is more the way that guy was looking at training falls more towards the fucking people up and not getting fucked up boxes than hip dominant, quad dominant, because those things you can have some holes that you don't realize are there until they're exposed. But man, when you're training, all right, what are all the human movement skills? Running, throwing, jumping, climbing, swimming, hopping, picking something up and putting it over your head, martial skills. Like, these were the boxes that he was creating for the training programs to check. And when you look at the workouts that you would create based on this, and then based on, like, what we do today, you see a lot of crossover. Like, oh, medicine ball work, that's throwing. Plyometrics, oh, that's hops and jumps. Picking something up, that's a deadlift, that's, hip dominant. And so you see the crossover, but it's interesting because it's a totally different way of looking at training. Anyways, I don't know how the fuck I got off on that path.
It's good.
But yeah, so anyways, that's always kind of, ever since seeing that, it really kind of changed how I look at the working out and stuff. But yeah, there you go.
There you go. But anyway, yeah, it was just...
the history of the fitness.
The history, yeah. I mean, I don't know much about the history. I know a little bit, I've read here and there. But this is the first, biography I'm getting into of an old-time strongman. And, so it's interesting. The next one I want to get into is Gene Hackenschmidt.
Ooh, yeah.
Because he was more into wrestling.
Yes.
His focus was wrestling.
Yep.
And
the hack squat, if anybody's ever heard of the hack squat,
that's right,
it's named after George Hackenschmidt.
George Hackenschmidt. And I guess he had some legendary matches with the old Carl Gotch, who was a famous catch wrestler. Yep. So I want to get into him next. This is kind of like the doorway into it.
Good, man. There's a lot of super interesting characters back then, and it's interesting, their training system. What you're gonna struggle to find though is a kettlebell in anything that they do. So I talked about this before too. Like, there's a really they call them ring weights if you find it, and it was like a cannonball with a ring attached to it. So it's more like doing like a towel swing than a regular swing.
Because it wasn't a fixed handle.
And like, honestly, in my opinion, dude, I wish someone would start making those.
There we go. Grumpy guy,
old school fucking ring weights,
strong
man.
Shit.
Yeah, like, I think those things are way better than a regular kettlebell, because it's not that you can't do the same shit. It's just, it's different enough to where, man, you couldn't get away with a shitty swing with one of those things. And so, anyways, but yeah, that's the fucking ring weights, lots of dumbbells, the fucking bent press.
The bent press. I was just gonna bring that up.
The two-hand anyhow.
I don't know what that one is.
So the two-hand anyhow is just how much weight can you lift, get off the ground using both hands. So
get it off the ground to above your head?
Yeah, so usually what they would do is they would bent press. They would get under something, like they're doing a bent press, and then they would grab another weight, and then they would stand up, out of that bottom. So
one would be above the head, but one would be
down. Yeah. I forget. There's a name for that. It may be it probably is the two-handed anyhow. But yeah, that's the lift. So a lot of it looks like the bent press. So you end up at the bottom of what looks like a kettlebell windmill, and then you would grab another weight down there, and then come up out of that bottom position with that hand over your head. And so, man, some of those guys in the bent press, I think Eugene Sandow had the record with like 385 pounds or something like that.
Wrap your mind around that, dude.
Yeah.
If you don't know what a bent press is, like kettlebell windmill, that would be Similar,
yeah.
It can at least get your mind into the frame of reference of like how your body positioning and what it would look like.
I don't care how you do it. Just imagine holding 385 pounds over your head at the top of a kettlebell windmill position. So like I said, even if you know what a bent press is, you know what the end position is.
Right.
And just try, and a barbell. Right? Not even a fucking kettlebell, which is pretty centered.
His grip strength.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things, man. That's that's a lot of the kettlebell lifts, I think, because people forget they're not kettlebell lifts. They are fucking lifts that have been associated with kettlebell training. They weren't invented by kettlebells. They weren't invented for kettlebells. They were just applied to kettlebells. And so because again, the bent press is basically a windmill. You know, they would do that fucking movement, but they would do it with a barbell. And I think Steve Maxwell is the guy who introduced, because the Turkish get-up was written about in a wrestling encyclopedia from 1976. I've heard both Dan John and Steve Maxwell refer to it. I think like John Jessup was the guy who wrote it. So like the Turkish get-up existed way before it became part of the kettlebell training system. I think Steve Maxwell is actually the guy that introduced it to Pavel, and it got incorporated in. So, but a lot of those kettlebell lifts, like the windmill and the Turkish get-up, I think are way more effective when you do them with a barbell.
They're way tougher.
Way tougher.
That's a whole other fucking deal.
Yeah, but that's the traditional way of doing those lifts.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily with a kettlebell. And so it is, but I remember, way back in the day, trying to figure out how to do kettlebell lifts. You know, you're hearing about it, and you're like, what are these things? And you're reading descriptions, because it's like when YouTube was still this like brand new thing, and you know, I don't even know. Yeah, I couldn't find videos, and so I'm reading about it, and I'm doing like dumbbell swings and dumbbell Turkish get-ups, just trying to wrap my mind around what some of these movements are. And I remember grabbing a barbell one day and doing it, and I had like, that's where I learned how to do a Turkish get-up. Like to this day, that was still the best lesson I ever had, was trying to figure out how the fuck do I get up holding this barbell
without it tipping and whacking you in the head.
Yeah, man, and not starting to helicopter around. And man, you really learn. Like you talk about having to keep a strong wrist and good wrist and arm position. Like, man, kettlebells ain't got nothing on doing those things with a barbell. Dude, now I'm all fired up. I'm going to start doing Turkish get-ups again with a barbell, man. I've been doing them with a sandbag and the ram roller a lot.
I do them with a sandbag a lot.
Yeah, but the fucking barbell, I'm going to have to do something with that. So, anyways. That's the old school, man. If you don't know your history, it's really, I don't know, it's hard. Like knowing the fitness of the history of the fitness industry, you just start to see that, man, there's nothing new under the sun. It's people are just repackaging the same old shit. What's worked, the basics, it ain't fancy, man. It's been working since 19-aught fucking whatever, you know? So, but yeah, dude, those old time, I'm glad you're getting into them. I'm interested to hear like what more kind of insights you get from them. Because they just had a different way of looking at things. They just had a different way of looking at the fitness thing. Like the whole Eugene Sandow training system was light weights, and like because his public training system that he had for to sell, right? But it was like, you know, super slow light weights. So again, we think like, oh, super slow. It's this fucking training techniques. Like, dude, he was doing, that's what Eugene Sandow was basically selling, super slow training way back then, and he got it from someone. So not that I think super slow. Well, I don't know. That's time under tension.
Time under tension.
That's basically
tempo.
That's tempo training. Holy shit!
Yep.
See, yeah. So, anyways, that's where you just realize you just know 10 things, and everything relates back to those 10 things. So that's how to keep it simple.
Yep.
But yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm kind of geeking out on it lately. That's my new rabbit hole I've been going down, so to speak.
Sweet. It's good. It'll give you some different perspective on things, which is good. So I have a question for you.
I probably have an answer.
All right. So I was listening to the Kyle Kingsbury interview on Joe Rogan Experience, and on average, How many times a year do you shit your pants?
Once.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's about once, man. I don't know. I don't have records of this.
Man, I don't know, man. I was listening to them talking.
Oh, it's
saying,
happened. It's fucking happened, man. You get a little too frisky with the MCT oil, or you introduce something else to your diet, and you're just doing your thing, like, oh, I got to fart, and you push a little too hard. God damn it.
Oh, man, yeah.
It happens, man.
I'm not going to say it's never happened, but I was listening to them, and they're, like, saying, like, oh, yeah, like, 3 times a year on average. And I got Z in the car, so I have to remind him, like, look, dude, I just want to clarify, it is not normal to shit your pants on average 3 times a year.
I thought that was a bit excessive. I would say, I can't remember the last time I did it, but it wasn't that long ago.
Well,
it happens, man.
I just thought it was I thought it was funny, man.
It is. It's funny that you gotta tell Z, like, hey, this is not cool.
I mean, I don't know if he was going down any sort of mental rabbit hole with it, but that was one I did not want to find out.
You didn't want to find out.
Hey, man, what are you doing? He's like, well, it's getting near the end of the year. Dad has still got 3.
Yeah, it's not something you want to find out in the aisles at the city market. Like, God damn it.
No. So, anyways, I just thought that was funny. But it's interesting what, people are willing to do to themselves to push the edge. So, I mean, like I said, man, to a lot of us, you're that Ben Greenfield cat out on the edge, man. So I'm not like totally surprised to hear you say that, because you're experimenting with stuff and you're doing stuff.
Yeah, you gotta go to the bathroom, break out your pocket knife, cut your fucking underwear off, throw them in the trash, go about your day, brother. You just gotta fucking adapt.
Just gotta adapt, man.
Adapt and overcome.
Overcome, right?
That's right. No big deal.
Oh no. So, anyways, I just thought I'd throw that out there, man. I thought it was kind of funny.
It is pretty funny.
Funny conversation.
When you think about it, it's pretty funny.
So, all right, I got another thought for you.
Okay.
This is one I've been wanting to bring up. So it's the double-edged sword of the audio technology revolution, because we've been talking about how awesome it is that you can get access to all this information, especially in this long-form format, and you can do it when you're driving or, doing yard work or doing the dishes or whatever. And I just, it got me thinking that, like, you can definitely take that too far though. Cause, one of the things in, I forget which book it was, man. I remember one of the first, like, Zen mindset books, whatever I got introduced to in college. Along with copious amounts of
I'm sorry I interrupted. I'm just laughing to myself now that, like, I just said that I shit my pants once a year and all the fucking people. God damn it, man. I was totally like, man, now I was just thinking to myself, like, fuck, all our training partners are listening to this. Now they're going to know I shit my pants once a fucking year. Like, God damn it, man. But anyway, I totally just derailed you.
No, man.
I was starting to smirk over here, and I was starting to fucking laugh to myself. Fuck. Anyways, proceed.
Well, I didn't catch you off guard. You answered candidly, and then you're thinking about it.
I'm rethinking, like, yeah, I should have lied about that one.
Because if all those people were standing around and you got asked that question,
I would have been like, I
probably would have been,
pants.
what are you talking about, dude? I don't shit my pants, but
raw truth, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we promised. So,
God damn it. Anyways, audio revolution.
No. Yeah, so taking it too far. So, like, I think that there's still room for being mindful, just doing shit like washing the dishes or whatever. So, like being present.
Well, that goes back to meditation.
Yeah.
Meditation doesn't always have to be sitting on a fucking sitting cross-legged going like a goddamn monk.
Nah, I will argue that.
Okay.
Because we've argued this before.
We have. We've had the same argument. But okay, so being present.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just not slap the title on it of meditation. Yeah, but just being in the fucking moment. Like, do the dishes just to do the goddamn dishes.
Yeah.
That's very beneficial.
Yeah.
I spend that time, like, I take my dog for a walk in the morning. Dude, I walk my dog to walk my fucking dog, man.
Yes.
I'm not listening to anything, like, except for what's going on in the world, birds chirping.
Yeah.
Like that, I'm in that moment, man. There's nothing I'm not, and I definitely do a lot of activities like that to where instead of listening to music or a podcast or a book or whatever, like, No,
even
man.
music, right? Yeah, that's another one. People go on a walk and are fucking listening to music.
No, man. No input.
Yeah.
Yeah, just input of what's going on, taking it in. Yeah, I think that's an important.
Yeah, just kind of like a counterpoint to because we're encouraging people, because we do it, to make smart use of some of your downtime. Mm-hmm. And I think both of us, like, driving is one of those times. But even then, sometimes I'll get in my car and just be like, man, I'm just not gonna listen to anything. I'm not gonna even turn on music. I'm just gonna drive. And it reminds me of why I usually listen to something. But it, just being present. So balancing those two things, I think, is because you can definitely overdo just having too much input. And you can't, like, kind of going back like that, the book. That's another interesting thing in the book. I'm going to give you all the spoilers, man.
It's good, that way I don't have to read it.
Yeah, exactly. Children, they're talk about how children, their mind acts in a lot of the ways of someone who's tripping, and that a lot of what is happening with the adult mind is that we're not actually receiving what's happening. What we're doing is taking in just as much input as we need to make a prediction about what is going on, and then so our brains basically turn into these prediction machines. And so when you're just always predicting, because you've been there and done that, so you know what's going to happen. So why spend a bunch of mental energy treating every encounter like it's a novel encounter? So it makes sense, but you get stuck. Like, it gets taken too far to where, like, that's just how you see the world all the time. And whereas, like, a kid, that's not how they see the world at all, because they don't have that experience. They have to approach everything like it's a novel experience. And so that's why they can just get, like, be outside just playing in the grass and looking at bugs and just get lost for hours, whereas, like, we get out there and start looking at it and it's like, it's fucking grass and it's dirt and it's bug. Like, I know what the fuck's going on here. Like, okay, what's the next thing? And so you lose some of that ability to just, like, have some wonder and awe at the world. And again, that's one of the things that people are like, oh man, on my my journey when I took LSD or fucking whatever, that's how I saw the world. I saw the world through the eyes of a child or whatever. But again, like, you can consciously do that by being present. Like, so, like, when you're washing the dishes, like, just like, man, you got this fucking warm water flowing over, like, like the feeling and just all of it, man. It's just, but you gotta inject that into your life on purpose, because especially as we get older, because your brain will just turn into this just fucking rigid thing that's just always spitting out the same outputs. No matter what the input is, it's always like, well, this is the output, this is the output, this is the output. And it's like, whoa, is that so? That's what kids are fucking good at doing. So they're basically walking around tripping all the time. And around 5 years old, around like Z's age right now, is where you start to develop that, where the brain starts to kind of codify things and starts to turn into more of the predictive machine, as opposed to...
Well, they have enough samples.
Exactly.
They get enough sample size.
You're getting a large enough sample size to be able to know, okay, I know where this is going. So
I've seen this pattern.
Yep, I can just predict it. But so anyways, it's
I think it's really important to have just fucking quiet, man. You don't always need input.
Yeah.
You don't always need shit coming into your eyeballs or into your ears. Like, you don't.
No.
Except for Grumpy Guy BJJ Podcast.
That's right. That's right.
Play that fucking thing all the time.
But yeah, man, just getting out in nature and just feeling the fucking wind on your skin and enjoying the heat from the sun and just the feeling of the ground under your feet, because you should be wearing minimalist shoes or something like that.
Barefoot in the grass. In the morning.
Yeah.
Dude, man, there's something... Like, I swear my neighbors think I'm a fucking lunatic. But, man, dude, I'll do it a lot of times in the morning, man. I'll go out in my front yard, especially this time of year. It's nice and warm out in the morning. Sun shining, you get a little breeze going, and I'll just go out there and do some, like, steel mace stuff in the grass, barefoot. Like, man, it is fucking recharging, dude. Like, it feels...
Yeah, there's something to it.
You don't need music fucking playing, man. You're just... Dude, like... Man, I love in the morning time, like, going out there early, 7 o'clock-ish, and that you get a little breeze going, man. You see the trees blowing, and it's fucking. It's special.
It is, man.
It really is.
It really is.
You're just out there swinging the mace around, just moving. Like, dude, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's when I'm usually working out. I got my garage door open and getting outside. Yeah. The other day I went down to the grass area and had a couple guys working out, and they hadn't trained with me much. And I was like, you guys do much crawling? And they're like, oh, kind of. I'm like, all right, well, we're going to go down there to the grass area. I'm going to show you the ABCs, the fucking ape walks, bear crawls, and crab walks. And but yeah, it was, nice freaking cool morning. I think they had just a little bit earlier watered the grass, so it wasn't too wet, but just a little wet. And again, man, just like the sensation on the hands and the feet, and just taking it all in. Like, man, your body loves that stuff.
Probably your body needs it.
And it doesn't need other input while you're getting that. Like, that's input enough. And so, yeah. But anyways, it'd been something I've been thinking about bringing up, just encouraging people to also go the other way, which is just being present in what you're doing.
Yeah, chilling the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like sitting there thinking about like your day or what's going on. It's like literally like, it's that moment. What is happening in that moment? Like, don't live in the future. Don't live in the past. Like, live right now. What is happening right now? How do you feel? What are the sensations around you? What's going on? And yeah, but it's hard.
Dude, it's hard. It's super hard.
Thoughts pop in your head. Next thing you know, 2 minutes later, you're down this road and you're like, fuck, I was trying to relax and not think about shit.
Yeah. There's a perfect example of that. For some reason, this just came to mind. This will throw you for a loop, this reference, but it's a CrossFit reference. It was last year at the CrossFit Games, which is like the Olympics of the CrossFits, right?
Yep.
The CrossFit crazies. The guy who's the baddest motherfucker right now, his name's Matt Frazier. Mm-hmm. He's won it the past 2 or 3 years in a row.
Yeah, I think I'm familiar with him. They got that series
He's
on Netflix.
He's a fucking stud.
Yeah.
Fittest on Earth, and then there's a couple of them now. But anyways, he was on there. But anyway, dude, there was this moment, man, like no joke, dude. It almost fucking like brought like a little tear to my eye, man, just because it was like the last event, and he was winning, and it got to the point to where like he was enough ahead, and you knew he had the fucking like the title wrapped up, and you seen him stop and just be in the moment. Like, he's in the middle of the stadium, thousands of people around watching him, dude, and like he fucking stopped, dude, and he just looked, and he just was looking at the crowd, like you could just see him like in that fucking moment. There was nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, he was just looking around, taking it all in. Like, dude, I just fucking won. These people are fucking cheering. I'm in the middle of the stadium. I'm the fittest motherfucker alive. Like, dude, just taking it all in. Like, dude, it was moving.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I seen him do that, and I was just like, fuck, dude, that is powerful. Like, he just, like, in that one of the biggest moments of his life, he took that time and just was taking in all the sensations. And you seen him just smile. And then he just fucking finished crushing it, and no one was touching him. It was like, dude, super powerful.
Yeah.
Super powerful that he took that time to just fucking take that in. And you could see what was going on. At least I could.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude. Like, it was special, man.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I think it's one of those things that people, you get those moments. People get those moments, and I think a lot of us don't necessarily take time to appreciate them. And dude, those motherfuckers work so hard.
So hard.
So hard. I mean, yeah. I think that's it's an interesting point. You got to take that fucking time. But yeah, that's yeah.
Anyways.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it, which isn't fucking good for audio necessarily, as I sit here and just like, yeah, man, that's fuck, because you can put yourself in his shoes for a second and just there. Like, imagine, like, yeah, that's got to be a fucking insane sensation to do that. And I think that's what why people are fucking enamored by sports, and there's a lot of reasons, but getting to see someone who you can identify with on some level, because you've done CrossFit. You know what I mean? So what it took. On some level, and like
some minute.
Yeah, right. But it means something to you, right? More like the guy on the street. Like, here's the thing. Like, I will bet that probably meant a little bit more to you than it would to me, because like I've never really done CrossFit, right? So like I don't understand it exactly on the same level that you do. It means a lot to me because I understand it, but you know, you're able to see someone on some level like, oh yeah, and be able to appreciate what he went through to get there, and just imagine like, fuck, I can't even imagine like, you know, being at that level. And I do that sometimes, man. Like you take that moment and you know, you're watching sports and you know, you see the guys in that moment and you're just like, dude, that's got to be a surreal feeling.
Surreal.
Just, you know, all these people are cheering for you. You've just conquered the fucking dragon. Like this fucking dragon you've been trying to slay for, you know, however long it is. It doesn't matter if it's been a year, 6 months, fucking 10 years, whatever it is. Like you've been working on slaying this dragon and you did it. And yeah, gotta fucking enjoy those moments. But that's the thing too, though, is you realize like they're just moments. Nothing changed. He woke up the next day and he still's got a mortgage.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like as sad as it is, it's like you enjoy that moment, but by the same token, you realize like, you know, there's something on the other side of that moment.
Nope. And
if you're not like mentally prepared for that, like because life continues. And you see that with people, unfortunately. Like Matt, because he's done this, like, yeah, this is his second or third.
Yeah, he's won it 2 years in a row, I think.
Right. But you know, you do see examples of people in a lot of sports who, man, they hit that pinnacle and they weren't ready for, like, what, like, oh, wait a minute, there's something after this? Like, my life didn't really change and I still have to keep working and yeah, if you're not mentally prepared for that. So it's that not getting too high, not getting too low kind of thing, but every once in a while,
well,
let your ego stroke you a little bit.
Yeah, you have to. You got to take that moment and enjoy it. It's just like a saying, I've read this a million times, like, there is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Like,
yeah.
There is no fucking top of the mountain.
No.
For anything. There's accomplishments you can enjoy, and there's nothing wrong with that, and reward yourself or be happy with something. But you still wake up the next day.
Yeah.
You know, the world keeps turning, man.
Yeah.
We just keep flying through space on those big fucking balls at 1,000,000 miles an hour, grip into it, you know? I think it's...
That's what they tell us.
Nothing changes. It could be flat.
Could be flat, man. Could
but
be a disc.
Nothing fucking changes, man.
They could just be in a giant dome, man.
You're on that path. Yeah.
This could be the Grumpy Guy show. We don't even know it.
Could be.
You know? Fuck. Do you know Australia's really there? Have you ever been there?
I've never been there.
I've never been there either. I am just relying on reports.
They're pretty solid, though.
I'm not saying they're not.
They're pretty solid reports.
You know, hey, if we're just going on what I know, it could be,
the
world could be a lot smaller than what I'm told. I don't think there's, but anyways.
You could try driving there, see what happens. Let me know.
We sell a lot of pedals there, so.
Start driving there. Pack up the fucking car with pedals and
drive to Australia.
Let me know if you can make it.
Yeah, I think the water will get in the way.
You never know.
Never know.
That could be live too. Have you
I've seen the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
I have seen that. I've flown in a plane to Hawaii. Now, granted, I didn't, you know, probably fell asleep from time to time, and I don't know what shenanigans were going on while I was asleep, but
could have just been a projection, man.
It could. See what I mean? I don't know what's going on.
Did you touch the water?
I did not. See? I know. Listen, my conspiracy theory mind does not need a whole lot of prodding to start going pretty deep. Dude, I think that Truman Show, remember that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that movie kind of fucked me up a little bit. Not really, but you know what I mean? It gave my mind a whole nother, like, angle to, you know, to think about, like, whoa, that would be totally fucked up if, you know, you were. And that's just... You were the show, man. You were the show. God damn, what would you do if you found that out one day? That'd be a terrible realization. But
would it? would much
well, everyone would know that you were lying about only shitting your pants once a year.
Oh, that would be God damn it. Is it? You know what I was thinking about? Is that kind of like the rule? The what is it? Where you add 3 or subtract 3? Like if you ask a guy how many women he slept with, and you whatever he tells you, you can immediately like divide it in half. And it's the other way around. In women, you can.
I have no idea.
Is the shit and pants thing the same thing? No matter what somebody tells you, you can just automatically...
There's a math equation you can run it through to figure out the truth.
The truth, yeah.
There's a natural algorithm every dude falls into that you can detangle his lies through.
Yep. That could be.
Could be, man. I don't know. I haven't heard that one, man. But, so... Anyways, you got any other
I do.
notes? What do you
something
got,
I am a fanboy of is the Quintet.
Oh, yes, yeah, we got to come back to this because we kind of fucked it up a little bit last week when we were talking about it.
You can do closed guard. There is no heel hooks. They are... Oh, Snakey's jacking the big fish.
He's going for it. We've been waiting all afternoon.
Still in there. But anyways.
Still in there. Or all morning.
Yeah, so Quintet, the Japanese team grappling tournament.
Yes.
Sakuraba's putting on. You can do closed guard, but they are big on stalling. That is... The no heel hooks, I think, is kind of stupid, and they are a little too quick to fucking call people for stalling. Like, there'll be, like, close to a submission, or, like, a Kimura grip, or a head and arm grip.
Yeah.
And if it gets... You know how sometimes you get into those little precarious situations to where...
You're trying to solidify your position a little bit.
Yeah, you're trying to solidify, and the guy who's in trouble... Like, he's defending, and it's only going to be, like, a millimeter. If he screws up one way, like, that submission's over.
Yeah.
But he knows if he can sit there, you know, he might get out. And they're quick to stand up in some of those situations. But for a spectator, it makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
It keeps the fight moving. It keeps the match moving. Dude, I like it, man. That the team... The 5-on-5, so you could be going against a fucking gigantic dude, a little guy, dude, God, man, I dig it. Like, I think that tournament format is fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. The more when we were watching it and seeing like how it is actually going down, it was definitely super entertaining. You draw, both of them are out. If you win, you stay in.
You stay in and go against the next guy on the team.
Keep going. Yeah.
So, quick explanation. Like, there's 2 5-man teams, and your goal is to eliminate everybody else on the other team. And you do that by winning. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So... If you win, that guy's canceled out, then you go against their team number 2. Then you beat him, you go against team number 3. If you draw, you're both out. And and whoever runs out of team members first loses.
Yeah, and you keep going. So, like,
keep going,
that
dude.
first one, again, spoiler alert. It was, the first one had 2 draws. So they were both eliminated. And then the frickin'...
the big dude, the Gagne.
Yeah, dude. Oh, no, he fell out. We got to rescue the fish. But yeah, that guy came in and just started like grabbing people's legs and taking everyone out. And he took out like the last 3 members of their team.
Yeah.
And so they never even got to the last 2 members of his team to fight. So now I didn't see the second round. So the whole team doesn't advance, right? It's just the people who survive.
No, the whole team advances.
Oh, okay. So it's a reset.
It's a reset. So even if you lost, like because it's a bracket. But it's bracket of teams. So if your team wins, then everybody gets to start the new round. Does that make sense? Yeah. So even if you lose in your first round, but your team wins, you come back. Oh, you come back.
So it's all 5 right on.
It's 5 versus 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So dude, I really fucking like that, man. And there's only been 3 events so far. There's Quintet 1, Quintet like Fight Night Tokyo, and then Quintet 2 was the most recent one, just like a week or 2 ago. It's fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
So did you see the Gio Martinez fight, the match against that giant black dude, that dude from Gagne?
I didn't know.
Ooh.
I gotta,
fucking watch that.
I know. I gotta finish watching it. I saw like the first 2. I think I got through the first teams going against each other, and then I got about like halfway through 10th Planet team and the other team that they were going up against, that PJ Barch match in the first one.
Also, you watch him go against Team Vagabond. He went against that dude, that kid from Poland.
That's
a good goddamn match.
That was a really good match, man. That was a really good match. I got about halfway through those guys going, and then so I didn't see the finals.
Yeah, I like watching, out of all the 10th Planet guys, I like watching PJ Barch. Because he does 10th Planet stuff, but he's aggressive. He's like kind of a wrestler style. Yeah, he's not.
He had a super good match with Wagner. In the EBI. Yeah.
I like his style. Yeah, because it's not like Gio and Boogie. Their style relies on their ridiculous flexibility and their dexterity from all their years of breakdancing, which is kind of cool to watch. But I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. Fucking, it doesn't excite me that much. Like, yeah, you're just kind of a fucking freak. It's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're top of the world. You know what I mean? But fucking whatever. It doesn't, like PJ, I like him because he's doing jiu-jitsu that like just a fit athletic dude can do. And probably because I can relate to it more. Right. I can't put my fucking leg behind my head.
Right.
You know, like Boogie or Gio can. So, but yeah, it's good, dude. I love that team format. For some reason, man, I'm really nerding out on that. I like that.
That's good, man.
It's exciting.
It is.
Because you can follow, there's like a storyline you can follow.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, it's cool.
No, I thought it was, what I saw was good. Once I kind of started piecing it together, I was like, oh, okay, I like this. But I agree. It was they're real quick on the stalling. There were definitely a couple of times when they stood people up where I was like, wait a minute,
wait
man.
a second.
That dude's like going for something.
There was the one in particular, it was like the head and arm. I can't remember who it was. Somebody was mounted on his opponent with like almost like a head and arm. So like it was getting deep if I remember right. But it got to a little stalemate.
Yep, yeah.
I was like, what? You can't stop somebody there.
Yeah.
Like that match was going to be over.
Especially if a draw is you're both gone.
Yeah.
Like that's a little tough when you're like, man, I was, you know, if you're gonna kick them both out at the end, you gotta let them work a submission a little bit there, because but anyways, I guess it encourages you to take chances.
Yeah, it speeds the matchup. I mean, there was another stand up that I didn't agree with. Somebody was on somebody else's back, and the guy that had somebody on his back ended up having a Kimura grip on the other guy's arm. So they're both in a little bit of a hairy situation.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got to do it on your back with one hook in, but you got a nice solid Kimura grip over his elbow. You're not just, you know, on the forearm. You won the elbow fight with a Kimura grip. Like, the tide could turn, fucking tables could turn pretty fast.
Yeah.
With that situation, and they stood him up. But that's the reason it kind of got into a stall, is because the dude on the guy's back recognized, oh wait, my arm's in danger. But the guy who had somebody on his back realized, well, I'm not completely out of danger yet. So they were both fighting for that little inch. There's a little inch where someone's gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
And they stood him up. I'm like, but you know, it makes the match go.
Nah, for sure. I mean, I guess on their end, because there's a fine line between stalling and those just that little war of micro adjustments. And I mean, I guess they're just like, hey, if we're gonna err on the side of one or the other, we're gonna err on the side of fucking stalling and just stand them up. Because like you said, from a spectator standpoint, it's definitely more exciting seeing a move. But yeah, I liked what I saw. I thought the team format was super interesting, and I hope more.
Hope they keep doing it, man. I think it's cool shit, and maybe that'll like spread down the food chain to, you know, smaller shows like a Seth putting on a Fight to Win Pro, like doing something with the team or something.
Would be like, dude, even just like regular like Team Atos versus fucking cool, University BJJ University, or you know what I mean, like whatever. GF team versus dude, fuck,
the possibilities are endless.
The possibilities are endless with that, especially when you're just like you said, like I like their format where it's like you got a total team weight.
Yep.
Have at it.
Total team weight of like 920 kilos.
Yeah. So it's not weight classes. So it's not you have to fill each weight bracket. It's like you can have 2 giant dudes and 3 small dudes.
Yeah, you can't just have a team full of giants. You know. You gotta kind of be strategic about it.
Yeah, but it's I think it's a good thing. I hope it catches.
Hopefully it catches on, man.
More stuff.
If you haven't, fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Quintet, it's on Fight Pass. I think it's the only place you can watch it.
Yeah.
It's on Fight Pass.
Yep.
Those events right there are well worth your $10.
Yeah. Is it only $10?
$10 a month for Fight Pass.
I don't even know what it is, but
$10 a month, and it's even cheaper if you buy a whole year at a time.
Yeah.
Like if you buy a whole year at a time, then you knock it down to like $7 a month or something.
Huh.
So it's relatively cheap.
Fuck yeah.
It's worth it for that, man. Right
yeah.
There.
Some good shit on there. So glad we're checking that out. So.
Yeah, it's like you say. I mean, we've talked about it before. We both love jiu-jitsu, but we get bored watching a shit ton of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You just, especially like IBJJF matches and shit.
Right, yeah.
You can only watch so many of those before you're ready to fucking like, all right, that's enough.
It's enough.
But this, dude, I was entertained the whole way through.
Yeah. No, man. It's I think it's good. Good to see some challengers to the format.
Yeah.
So. Heck
anyways,
yeah.
I think that's. What else you got for notes?
What else do I got?
Yeah, what else you got?
Well, I wanted 2 things. So we got a listener email we got to get to.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
And then I wanted to give a shout out to my little girl Shiloh and her track training. She's been working hard, and it's been giving me a good excuse to get out and run and do some sprinting. So we go out twice a week and sprint.
Nice.
And she's been getting in and doing some of the strength training stuff, and definitely been seeing her get some improvements in it. But I'm realizing myself, I'm trying to do some of the workouts with her, and I'm like, oh my God, my body's just not like the specific conditioning for sprinting isn't there. So it's been good to get out and sprint, man. It feels good. I'm glad it's kind of giving me a good excuse to get out and do it. But yeah, if you don't do it often, then you get out and you run a few hard laps and you're like, oh shit.
I hadn't used those muscles in a while.
Yeah. But it's been fun, man, getting out there and running. You forget. It's like, God, you hit your stride and you feel like you're flying. You know, it's not effortless, but you're just fluid and going, and you realize like, dude, you are kind of born to run. It's just such a natural thing. It feels so good when you get it going right. But so anyways, I just wanted to.
It's an important skill.
It is an important skill, man.
Yeah, get out and run once in a while.
Yeah, for sure. And make sure your kids can run. Don't take it for granted. You'd be surprised.
Just don't assume it's happening.
Yeah, I know. She ran track last year, and it was just a joke. It was just people saying, oh, go run. And it's like, no, man, you need some sort of instruction, you know, like Anyway, she developed a lot of bad habits, so I've been having to break some of them down and teach her how to use her arms to drive and stuff. And it's been fun for me because I ran track, and so it's been fun to get back out there and give me an excuse to do some running. But also just being a coach, like, oh, now I got to think about it. I got to like break it down a little bit and okay, how do I coach this and how do I teach her these things?
Have you done much coaching on people running?
Not running itself, no. I mean, from what I've gathered, like the idea is, and this is actually like one of the things, like it's like fixing running form. You're not like actually fixing their form. You got to fix the learning environment that they're in. So like it's usually a mobility or strength issue that's showing up as some sort of like problem in their running form. So like for her, like her left foot, you know, turns out when she runs. Well, it's turning out because it's tight and there's, you know, some things aren't firing like they need to. So if I tell her to just like, hey, keep your foot straight, turn your foot in while you're running, it's gonna fuck her up. And so that's where like the mobility and the strength training stuff. That's what I was explaining to her. Is like, you know, first you got to be able to breathe properly. If you can't breathe properly, just, you know, teaching her crocodile breathing. And then you got to be able to get in your positions, which is where mobility comes in. And then you got to be able to apply tension in those positions, which is where your isometrics come in. And then you got to be able to create movement. And then that's where like, you know, doing like your deadlifts or your, you know, your sprints where you're actually moving comes in. And if you have these other things, if your breathing, your mobility, and your tension are where they need to be, like this stuff will take care of itself. And so that's kind of the approach I'm trying to take with her, is doing a low volume of high quality running while trying to work on improving the deficits that she has to give her body a better learning environment. So when she is running, because her body's going to take whatever she has, whatever physical tool she has, and it's going to figure out the best way to use those tools to accomplish the task of running. And so if you have a tight hip, it's going to accomplish the task of running with a tight hip, and it's going to result in your leg turning out. But if you have the hip mobility where it needs to be, the body will recognize having my foot turned out is not efficient. This is a more efficient way to run, and it'll naturally start to learn the most efficient ways to move for, you know, the task with the tools that it has. And that's pretty much training for anything. I mean, jiu-jitsu and shit, right? Like, I mean, that applies that to all sorts of shit. But yeah, that's my task. But she's my guinea pig, man.
That's your plan of attack.
That's my plan of attack, man.
That's good.
That's my plan of attack. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So, listener email. Yes.
I'm pumped for this one.
We'll wrap up with our listener email. And so we got this one from Matt. So we're gonna read it out.
We'll read it out, but I'm not 100% sure if this is complimentary email or if he's insulting us.
Well, I think in like maybe true jiu-jitsu brotherhood fashion, the two things are intimately tied.
Okay.
I've had several things that you and Kevin have said to me where I've had the same. Like, okay, I'm not quite sure how to take that, but it's part of what we're doing. So here we go. All right, we're reading this out. So yo dudes, I love the podcast and look forward to hearing y'all gripe about shit every week. Got Rob saying shit all Flint, Michigan, like then James acting like he just smoked a bowl. And you're just face fucking people with truth bombs. Love this one. My question is, do y'all have a recommended reading list for BJJ enthusiasts? P.S. Good luck at Masters Worlds. So, yes, thank you for the message there.
Fuck yeah, thank you, and thank you for the good luck wishes.
And I did need to correct you on one thing. I'm not acting like I just smoked a bowl. I did just smoke a bowl when we're doing this podcast, and yes.
Saying that I say shit all Flint, Michigan like that's a little. I do talk kind of funny, so I guess fuck it, I'll leave it at that. I guess.
Yeah, man. When you get rolling, it's definitely some Flint, Michigan coming out. But
anyways,
reading list for BJJ enthusiasts, and we've actually, I forget which podcast we've talked about a reading list before, and I think like a lot of things, it's one of these evolving things. But I don't know.
I would say I'll just give one book that is jiu-jitsu specific that I think is pretty good. Is Borrowing the Master's Bicycle.
Yeah.
I forget who the author is off the top of my head. Big black dude with dreadlocks. Jiu-jitsu guy. Fuck, I wish I could remember his name. But anyways, yeah, I'm sure if you Google that title. That was a really good, that is a jiu-jitsu based book.
Yep.
Good book.
I agree, that was a really good one.
Good one. See, easy read, short.
Yeah.
That's a good book.
Yeah, I like that one.
I'll go with that one.
Yes.
That's my jiu-jitsu.
Your jiu-jitsu?
Specific book.
Yeah. Man, if I was going to go with a jiu-jitsu... Well, one, Book of Five Rings by Musashi. You got to fucking read that one, in my opinion. And then, man, jiu-jitsu specific book. Really, I would say I'm going to go off on the side a little bit here. I think like the biography of Jigoro Kano. I think that there's just a lot of people don't really know and appreciate the history of our sport. And, say what you will, Jigoro Kano definitely played a big role in helping to, develop and get Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu where it's at. And so anyways, I don't know if most people even know that, but, he's like the guy who created Judo. And he
Kodokan Judo.
Yep. And Mitsuharu Maeda was his student. Yep. And so, there's a direct lineage because Maeda is the guy that taught the Gracies, and then the Gracies are that's the story, right? But there was definitely a Japanese influence in Brazil around that time, and you did have these guys like Jigoro Kano was just sending out his top students around the world to go into challenge matches to prove the superiority of, the judo training system. And so, it's kind of a fucking badass story when you read it. But yeah, I'd say like if people need to know and love the roots of their sport. And so there's a lot of history, way more history than like the usual story. Yeah, the Gracies, took jiu-jitsu and brought it to America, and that's pretty much the history of it, right? It's like, no, man, dude, you can trace what we're doing today all the way back to the battlefields of the ancient samurai. So I don't know. I think people knowing and loving the roots of their sport can help them in the long run. So there's kind of a left field recommendation for you.
I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
That's cool. Go. I like getting emails like that.
Yeah.
Even though they're somewhat insulting.
That's all right.
That's what we do.
We bring it on ourselves for sure.
That is for sure. Like, somebody that would be entertained by our podcast is someone that would be willing to fire off an email like that.
Yes.
Like, that is perfect.
Exactly.
That sounds about right.
So, no, yeah, keep them coming.
Fuck yeah.
We'll read them on the air and give you the best answer we have at the moment. And, but yeah, no, we appreciate the support. Everybody listens. So.
Yeah. Call that a wrap. We got to go teach and train.
Yeah, we got Grumpy Guy Fit coming up. So, yeah, guess on the way out. Yeah, appreciate everybody listening. And
don't forget, get yourself some R3.
R3.
GrumpyGuyBJJ.com/R3.
Yeah.
Simple.
We're trying to get it on the site. So if you just go to GrumpyGuyBJJ.com, it won't be there yet.
We're technically challenged.
Yes, but we'll have the link in the show notes and all that shit.
Link is definitely in the show notes. I made sure of that. I put it in there, secretly embedded it in several places, so if you accidentally click anywhere in the show notes, it'll pop up. But that was about the extent of my technical expertise.
All right.
But anyways.
Perfect.
So.
All right, well, I guess that's it.
That's it.
Let's go do some
jiu-jitsu.
jiu-jitsu. Okay, man.
Cool. See you.
Thank you for listening to the Grumpy Guy BJJ Podcast.
Thank you all for listening. You can find us on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Please make sure to subscribe and leave us a review. It really does help and will allow us to keep putting out episodes. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, hit us up at grumpyguybjj@gmail.com. Also, go to our website, grumpyguybjj.com, and get signed up for podcast updates and get our free BJJ Improvement Starter Kit. That's it for now, so get on the mat, train hard, and talk to you all next week.
Down clown with a permanent rep. A hermit now, boom. Doggy stool, foggy, cool, got a froggy outside Molly dude. Melancholy Daisy Duke, hanging by the lace of their shoes. No trace of the tools, shaped in your face, fuck the rules. Snooze, you lose. One eye always open, in times two, no clue. But soon a brief monsoon might give you a view to choose. Stay tuned, include, won't conclude. To the end is near you where there's consequences for what you do. To me and demon, a devil of many levels. I keep on feeding for several of them rebels. Me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I.